Hey, this is Dr. Charles Dent with our Monday morning coffee. I hope you had a great weekend. Hey, looking forward to this. Now listen, what we've been talking about for the last couple months, we've been talking about choices. And we're talking about making the choices because choices is a key to our success. It has to be at the foundation, so we recognize what kind of choices we're going to make. So today we're going to talk about one critical thing. It's how to become a finisher. Yes, because I heard many people say, I'm good at starting things, but I have a difficult time finishing this. Because today, we're going to talk about how we're going to finish it. And look at this, one thing I want to share with everybody. I want you to click the link below to get our max out schedule, because I'm going to talk about this max out schedule and how I use it and how it's making me a more productive person. So the first thing we're going to do is give you some steps. We're going to give you some steps on how to become a person who finish what you start. Number one, deal with your fears. Identify what are the fears that get in your way of finishing this. Because a lot of times we're not fearful of failure because a lot of times we're used to failure. We're fearful of being successful. But you got to ask yourself, am I a person that sabotaged my life because I'm really afraid of succeeding? So I don't create no finish lines thing. I don't do this. And so I got to start with a finish line mentality to deal with my fears. I got to deal with my fears because why? I'm going to finish this. And it's very important you get to a place that you say, hey, I'm going to finish what I started. The second thing you do is set yourself a deadline date. There's some deadlines out there. For example, for me, like yesterday, what I did, I was going to read this one particular book. I picked this book up and I read it. I read the entire book because why? I made myself a deadline. I wanted to know what this author was talking about. He was talking about who's holding up his ladder. He was talking about being in leadership. And you got to sometimes get to the place that you make up your mind you're going to finish what you started. You know, how many times you start a book, you don't finish it. How many times you start reading something, you don't finish it. How many times you start a diet, you didn't finish it. So get to them, put your deadline date, I'm going to finish it. So give you 30, 60, 90 days and say, I'm going to finish this in the next 60 days. And with all this time that we have being quarantined, isolated, man, this is a perfect time to get to a place that you're going to finish some things in your life. Man, this is a perfect time to say, hey, I'm going to lay aside the TV, I'm going to lay aside the cell phone. I don't have to go to work, I don't have to do these other things. I can finish some things that have started. I'm going to max out. And that's why I want to tell you, you're going to have to learn how to max out. So when you get a chance, just click the link down below and get a copy of this. I'm telling you, it's going to help you. It helps me. And when I did it, I've been doing it for a couple weeks now. And what I did, I found out what days are more productive than others. And it really works if you do it, because it goes like from 6 a.m. to noon, from noon to 6 p.m., from 6 p.m. to midnight. And man, I'm telling you, get the sketch. Just click the link and get it. The third thing you got to do is understand what gets in your way. Because you may give yourself an excuse. You know, like I said, TV, cell phone, other things. What gets in your way from being a person who finished what you started? What gets in the way? Identify those things that's getting in your way to keep you from finishing it. Then the fifth thing is block out some time. Block out some time. Just like I said, max out your time. From 6 a.m. to maybe 8 o'clock, you're looking at certain things. Then from 8 o'clock on, then you look at how you're going to max out your time. So you can max out your days. You can get more work done in certain days. I'm telling you, it really works. It works well with me because I found that, man, I'm so much more productive when even before I go to bed at night, I get my schedule together. I look at it and I create myself a theme for every day. I mean, I create myself, most of my thing today is that I'm going to be happy doing this. So I create myself a theme in the midst of it. Block that time and do it. The sixth thing to do is sometimes you need to connect with others. You need to find other people who are doing similar things you're doing and connect with them. Why? Because you can hold each other accountable for what you want to do. I mean, sometimes like people say, well, I can't do all these things. I can't go to the gym. You can walk in your neighborhood. That's still social distancing. You can walk. And that's a good thing to do. Find somebody else you can walk with, or you can put some distance, y'all walk with each other. But what you're doing, you're connecting with somebody. Why? Because you want to max out your day. Why? Because you want to become a finisher. The seventh thing is take one step at a time. You know, how do you run a marathon? One step at a time. How you walk a mile? One step at a time. How you do any of this? One step at a time. Now, my wife and I are doing certain things, and I said, well, today I was listening to music, but I was working on my project. because I was listening to, oh man, I had a ball listening to music, I'm telling you, but I was still working on my project. I was still on the computer doing some things because listen, if I just do a paragraph, if I do a chapter, it's okay. I'm doing something because why? I got on my max out schedule what I want to do. And then I want to say this, the 8th thing is just do it. Just take the Nike slogan and just do it. Don't try to figure out everything. You don't have to be perfect in doing this. Just do it. Now, let me remind you again. Click the link down below. Get a copy of our Max Out schedule. And this is Dr. Charles Dent in our Monday Morning Coffee.